Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Studio Gallery in the backyard on a cold Florida afternoon. Good morning. I have a white canvas in front of me, and recently I did an abstract expressionist painting on a 16 by 20 canvas, which is what this is. And I am thinking that I would like to have some more fun, and I'm not sure how that fun is going to manifest. But I think if I just take my colors and put them where I'm inspired to put them, that will be a good start. So that's how this is going to begin. And they're all shaken up, they're all pre-mixed with Floetrol and Deco Art pouring medium in. And GAC 800. GAC 800 to keep them from cracking. I'm going to try and get a little outside my comfort zone, just a little. I'm just going to put all my colors down first, and then use my OXO omelet turning spatula, voila, that you can find on the Amazon link below the video, and hopefully swipe some things into place and maybe create some patterns. And if I don't like what I get, I'm going to make a little ring pour out of the whole thing, or make a ring pour work to cover the whole thing, or use ring pours as an addition to the whole thing. Yeah, I'm not too clear, but I know I need to play today, and I want to see what these colors do with each other, because very seldom do I do what I'm doing, which is just completely outlandish as far as normalcy goes, because all I'm doing is throwing colors down, and in this case scraping some off. Basically I'm trying to create a background to begin with, and I've got other spatulas, yes I do, and I'm going to use them. These are my Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatulas. That's a Revolutionary War fork. Anyway, so I'm going to use some of those because they're clean. And I figured that's, what is that? What is that thing there? I do not know what that thing there is. Anyway, so they're easy to clean off. I realize I may, for the first time ever, have not given myself a wet rag, but that's easily enough remedied. I just grab the one that's over there waiting. So I'm going to see what I start with looks like, and keep adding other colors that I like, and try and talk as usual and make some kind of sense. And I just, what did I do with them? Okay, they're right here. Cool. I think it's a good idea for me to go ahead and try and use that diagonal. I don't have nearly enough purple in there. I don't think I have any purple in there. Everything's better with purple in my opinion, but I'm not the only Aquarian to feel that way, I'm sure of it. This is fun. I don't know if you can see everything I'm showing you, but this is fun. And what? And nothing. So I'm going to try and keep some of my paint back out of my way, and keep making some decisions about what I want and where I want it. And I think I would like a whole lot more white right there. And I'm just going to not clean my spatulas off until such time, because it's a cold day. It makes the paint, it keeps the paint, I should say, from setting up as fast. It's sort of like, you know, I don't know, putting something in the refrigerator. It doesn't congeal as quickly. Alright, that's pretty cool so far. I want more gold, and I might want some green with that. This is the gold I've been using recently, which is actually now completely different because it was a gold mica powder, and now I've taken my old Arteza gold that one of my YouTube subscribers told me she liked her Arteza gold very well, so I decided, rather than mixing some more right at that moment, that I would go ahead and try and mix them together. Okay, where's that color? That is got some golden fine pearl mix in there. And now it's got some white. And I really never did go for the purple like I was talking about. So I think we'll do that right now. And I like that dark area over here. Come on, off you come. This is just a whole new gig. This is not like regular pouring in at any rate, because the spatulas will be making marks, basically, that will stay. We're not trying to smooth anything out particularly. I also still hate wasting paint, so it's hard for me to want to think about what might happen if I have a spatula full of paint and I don't know what to do with it. But I'll cross that painty bridge when I come to it. I'm letting some of the colors go down over the side. I still haven't quite come to grips with what's going on up there with that gold. I like the old gold better than I like this new gold by far. And I'm going to use a bunch more of it. And since this has become something other than what I was expecting, and I have another color, it's definitely, I'm trying to encourage my spontaneous nature. Ooh, I like those cells before I just did that. Oh well, never mind. So keeping the colors pure with a white background seems to be a bit of a chore. And it may come down to having to do what I said, which is put a ring pour on top of it. But we're not there yet. Now, which side? The white side? No, I'm going to start with the black side, because I know the chances are good. As long as paint is wet, we're going to pop some cells there. Looks like I got something else in my paint. Got to make sure I like my strokes. Wipe that off again. And take my tops and put them someplace I can find them. Alright, that's not nearly black enough for me, which could be a new issue. If it's not on the canvas to begin with and there's some white there, it could be a problem. But also, by the same token, I can just put this in here. And I could still blow things around if I had left myself. Yes, I did. Good for the lungs. Very, I'd have to say. I'm going to play a little bit more and see what happens. I had some, yep, Prussian blue, there we go. Let's do that. The Prussian blue, as you can see, often sells. It's just because of the decor pouring medium, I think. Okay, there's no paint there, and I want some in that spot. I see a naked spot. Because there's some white, that won't hurt. Let's see. I'm not sure I'm super happy with everything that's going on here yet, but like I always say, I'm not done yet either. I know if I mess with that too much, I will make gray. But this is my opportunity to find out what happens with certain colors when I'm swiping them together as opposed to anything else. You know what? There's no orange in here anywhere. There is paint falling down over the side of my canvas, which is actually not hurting my feelings a bit right now. It means I can cover an edge. And I want some orange. I do. I also want to take this white, put it right there. And I think there's going to be some black up this way. Yeah, for sure. Black and or blue. Just trying to follow my instincts and have a good time, and I thought I set that timer and it's not set, and I'm thinking I don't have any more than 10 minutes left at the most, and I don't know why that didn't go. I am going to use the spatula again because I like the cell effect for sure. Now I've got some white pearl here, which is a very transparent thing indeed. So it's only good for adding shimmer for the most part to other things or creating cells, which does happen. Now, like I said in the beginning of this, if this doesn't feel like it's working out to me, I am going to just create a ring pour cup and pour them on, which is not really the worst idea in the world either. It would be kind of fun to find out if the whole situation works, and being that my ring pours are not always conventional, they're probably going to get tipped in wild directions as well. But I'm still attempting to think on my feet. And I'd like to be able to actually do this successfully without having to add a ring pour. But there's no guarantee, because it's an interesting idea. I'm trying to do stuff in 20 minutes. Or half an hour, or, you know, like 20 minutes, 40 minutes, 60 minutes, whatever. I like the idea of using the spatula for adding some texture, but I'm not sure I like that yet. I haven't added in any of my orange. There we go. I think I pulled the camera back far enough so it shouldn't be a huge issue. You should be able to see everything. I don't want to overmix anything. I said that before. When I overmix it, then I don't get what I want. I've got two colors of pink over here. I like that little splatter in there. I've got some other orange. I did move my paints away from my area, which means now when I want them I have to go reach for them, but at least they're not like totally in my way. Actually, I'm not hating this anymore. I just hope we have enough time. And one of these times I'm going to start this way, and then I will attempt to fork a few things, because it looks like too much fun. Even if it's totally accidental for the most part, it looks like too much fun not to try it. This is always feels sometimes like a test of my abilities to pull something like a rabbit out of my hat. I'm not sure that's what I thought I was going to say for a second there. Those of you with a dirty mind, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm still having a good time. Come out. Yes. Sometimes I don't mind when the tips are clogged, because that means that I can have a much smaller stream if I can get it to come out at all. People have mentioned over time that they would like to see me do these expressionist artworks, so I'm perfectly happy to try, based on the fact that I know I don't have to share if I think I really blew it. But I really like the idea of trying a lot. And I think we got some great movement going on. I don't know how different it is from anything else. Probably not very. Yeah, I'm going for it. Now I don't want to mix that in too much, because then I'll have green. The skewer works pretty well for that. I wonder what other color I want over there. So far I seem to be managing to keep my caps off. Instead of putting them back on. I don't mind that. My timer says I have 4 minutes left to play. That's what I basically need to do. I just need to play and feel like I have all the time in the world. Not that that's the truth. Hopefully you can see everything I'm doing. I may have my work cut out for me trying to cover the edges. It's not really the kind of painting where you expect the edges to get covered. I think that can keep going. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like it. Not bothering me a bit. Where's that blue? I want to do the same thing with that. May or may not be a good idea. We'll see in a minute. Just makes me want to play some more. Keep wiping my skewer off. At least when I'm using my skewer to move paint around, I don't feel like I'm wasting a tremendous amount of paint. I could probably have a few white lines. I feel like I need something in here. Sorry when I try and talk to you guys, but it's not always that easy. I like that red, and I'm thinking that that red would be very good also up here. Yes, I like it. That's cool. I'm gonna run out of time, and I won't have told you anything I'm supposed to tell you, but I already told you that there's an Amazon link, that if you use it to shop for my OXO omelet turning spatulas or my Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatulas, you will help me out a little bit, and I appreciate that very much. I want to say thank you to everybody who contributes to keep me painting. I really, really appreciate that. Income is not always completely stable, and I like doing this for you guys. I like doing it for myself, of course, too, but I like doing it for you guys. I am going to let that skewer roll right over the edge. And if I decide I want to keep on working on this, I'm going to come back for part 2. As long as I can get the, the tops to my bottles out of my hand once I put them in there, that would be really super good. The skewer is working pretty nicely. I want to do something over here, but I love this. There's a great pattern of cells in there. Yeah, I'm having a good time. I see that we got 57 seconds left, and I don't know how this is going to work. But I'm liking it. Looks like I already got some in there before. I use the skewer instead of the spatula because it's that much less invasive. Which is a double-edged sword, because sometimes I want the agitation to create cells. But as long as I'm moving somewhat, I'm still getting some. That's neat. I like all of this, actually. And I can actually I can even put up with that somewhat clogged tip. We haven't torched, and I torched to not just release the bubbles, but also to release patterns. And I see, what do I want?